Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Tanisha's Reading Corner podcast. I am your host, Tanisha. Tanisha's Reading podcast is dedicated to anyone who desires to make reading a daily habit as a form of self-care. To stay updated when a new podcast is uploaded, please subscribe to the channel. In addition, you can find me on Instagram at Tanisha's Reading Corner for many book recommendations and tips and tricks on how to keep reading a daily habit. Let's dive into today's episode. All right, welcome back to another episode to this Reading Corner podcast. So this is a three-part series, three-part episode really, where I discuss the top 3 things that I have learned since doing this podcast. And the first lesson last week was staying with a good schedule and being consistent with it. The second major lesson that I've learned is coming up with a good script that allows me to keep the episode structured, but at the same time giving wiggle room for just major tangents I like to go on. You know, when I first started, I had a huge script that I would write out, and I was read it word for word, and it was good for the first couple episodes. I don't know if you've noticed, but after that, I decided just to do a basic outline of things that I wanted to talk about, so that way it gave me wiggle room to go on tangents if I wanted to, and just make it more fun. One thing I've learned going on with this lesson of just coming up with a more flexible script is just adding fun into the script, because this is something that I'm super passionate about, and I want you to be passionate about it too. So for those of you who maybe want to start a podcast, it's good to have something written out like bullet points, but also give room for excitement, for joy, because that will definitely bring more viewership in. I've noticed that too, that my numbers have gone up since then. So lesson number 2, have a script, but make sure it's flexible enough that you add enough of your own personality into it. And that was my second lesson, and that is the end of this week's episode. Again, these episodes are going to be super short and sweet, but again, this is a wrap-up, so we're just tying everything up with a big bow. So stay tuned for next week, where I reveal my third top lesson that I've learned since doing this podcast. And then next year, starting in January, we will be starting a new series, and more announcements to come with that series as well too. Maybe we'll go to 2 days a week instead of 1. So stay tuned, and I will hear from you all next week. Also, before I go, subscribe to my Instagram account at Tanisha's Reading Corner, and also subscribe to the website www.tanishasreadingcorner.com. And until next time, good wellness and good reading, and happy holidays.